Volvo's Mark III model S60 has the market's most elite mid-sized executive saloon models in its sights. It's better to drive than either of its predecessors, but still majors in Volvo virtues like exemplary safety and cosseting comfort. If you're thinking of something different in the 3 Series segment and want a powerful petrol engine, then it might be worth a look.
This American-built sports saloon is apparently, according to its maker at least, the most dynamic Volvo ever. Yet it can't be had with an engine larger than 2 litres and 4 cylinders in size. There's no manual gearbox option, and it is considerably heavier than most of its immediate segment rivals. Are you struggling with contradictions here? Well, we rather were before driving it, but Volvo has its own definition of dynamic. True, the S60 isn't quite as sharp either to steer or to throw around the bends as a rival BMW or Mercedes, but then it wouldn't be. This Volvo is, like the rival Audi A4 in this segment, front rather than rear-wheel driven. In any case, its more laid-back demeanour is apparently entirely intentional. Now, the Swedish brand reckons that many rival models in this sector are too stiffly set up, and that robs them in extremis of the security and predictability that create a really fluid drive. That's an arguable point, but we do have to agree that you really do feel confident at speed at the wheel of this car, although for the ideal ride and handling balance, it's necessary to pay extra for the optional active 4C chassis adaptive damping setup. We should talk a bit more about engines, all of which are petrol-powered and mated to an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Most buyers will opt for the conventional 250 horsepower T5 turbo unit we're trying here, which gives this car a rapid, although not startling turn of pace. 62 from rest occupies 6.5 seconds on the way to 145 miles an hour. Efficiency-wise, it manages a WLTP-rated combined consumption figure of up to 39.8 mpg and an NEDC CO2 figure of up to 149 grams per kilometre. Neither stat particularly noteworthy by class standards. If you want to do better, you'll have to stretch the brand's twin-engine plug-in technology. There are 2 top variants of this car that use that. The standard T8 uses a 303 HP version of the 2-litre engine, and it offers a WLTP-rated all-electric driving potential of up to 36 miles when it's fully charged. The ultimate S60, though, is the top Polestar-engineered T8 flagship derivative, which tweaks that petrol power plant out to 318 HP and includes a set of adaptable Öhlins DFD dampers. Whichever of the T8 models you choose, you'll find the total output of the engine is boosted by an 87 HP electric motor powered by a battery pack that's neatly packaged away in the transmission tunnel. It doesn't seem to matter that all modern Volvos follow much the same styling theme these days, because their fine proportions, discreet aggression, flowing flanks and the clean Scandinavian lines combine in each case to create an inevitably handsome end result. Style-wise, there are elements borrowed from the larger S90 saloon, but with this mid-sized model, there are much shorter overhangs, a lipped boot lid and a racy standard body kit to emphasise the point that this S60 is aimed at people who enjoy their driving. Let's take a seat up front, where high quality materials, intelligent use of space and attention to detail work together to create a distinctly Scandinavian cabin which is simple, elegant and more appealing than most rivals. Now, the first thing that you'll probably notice is this 9.3-inch portrait-style touchscreen on the centre console that declutters the cabin of buttons and gives it a classy, sophisticated air, which is emphasised by intricate detailing and rich Scandinavian design. There's more technology in the instrument binnacle, where the normal conventional dials and readouts have been replaced by virtual ones in an active TFT crystal driver's information display. Time to take a seat in the back. As it turns out, there's plenty of legroom for backseat folk, enough for a 6-footer to sit behind someone of similar height, and certainly significantly more than you get in something like a rival BMW 3 Series. Finally, let's take a look in the boot, which is 442 litres in size in this T5, or 390 if you go for the T8. Now, Volvo wants you to pay extra for folding seat backs, but for longer items, a ski hatch is provided. Volvo founders Gustav Larsson and Assar Gabrielsson would have been surprised by this S60, but not too surprised. After all, the things we expect the brand to deliver are certainly very much evident. Class-leading safety, solid build quality, and a cool, classy Scandinavian feel. Now, it's not a mainstream choice, but if you're not a mainstream buyer and the engine options suit you, then there's just a chance that you might like an S60 very much.